Hey you guys, and welcome back. I have not filmed a Makeup Bugs and More video in I think like almost a year. Like I'm pretty sure the last time was like in January. Just felt like I needed to film another one. Just so you know, I am still recovering from a cold, so I might sound a little stuffed up and the area around my nose might be a little bit dry and red and crusty. Still getting over this cold, so hopefully by tomorrow it will be like completely gone. I just feel like I haven't talked to you guys in a super long time. I kind of feel really disconnected from YouTube lately. I don't know, I'm just like, I don't know, I just feel like I haven't chatted with you guys. So that's what we're doing today. I think I'm gonna do a cool toned makeup look today. Oh, and I'm drinking chai tea. Also, for some reason, my left ear is like completely plugged. I can't unplug it. I don't know what that is about, but like I cannot hear out of that ear. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I've already done my eyebrows, and because my skin has just like dried out because of this like cold and like I'm sick and whatever, I'm going to use this e.l.f. Illuminating Primer Mist just to add a little bit more life to my skin since it's really dry and gross right now. I really haven't used this since like my brand Slam Week on e.l.f. I don't know, I just never reach for it because I like to use my Rimmel one. So I don't know when this video will come out, but it's actually going to be my birthday this week when I'm filming this. I'm turning 25 and it's the scariest feeling in the entire world. I don't know, I'm like so nervous about turning 25. I've never like felt that way before, but I almost feel like I'm going over the hill. Like, I feel like I'm at that point where I'm no longer in my early 20s. I'm like getting to that point where I cannot even consider myself having a quarter life crisis anymore. Honestly though, I feel like I'm always in a crisis, not even quarter life. But I don't know, it just feels really strange. I'm just gonna zoom you guys up and do my eyes. I'm actually going to use this eyeshadow palette that I have not used before, believe it or not, and I've had it for like almost a year. This is the Bad Habit Retro Love. You can get it off the Shop Hush app, and it has a bunch of cool tones in it, so I think that's what I'm gonna use today. I'm just gonna take the shade Peace, I think. This one right here, Peace. Birthday's coming up, and I honestly feel really down about it. It's kind of really scary. You know when you're young and you imagine what your life would be like when you're 25? My life is nothing like I imagined it would be. I just feel like it's just like a reality check, and I'm not where I wanted to end up when I was like, you know, 20 and like imagining myself in 5 years. Like, this is not where I imagined myself. I'm gonna go into the shade Pop, which is this cool tone brown shade. So it's kind of just a weird feeling and scary at the same time. I just expected my life to be so different, and it's not like my life is bad. I don't want to like sound like my life is like horrible, because obviously people have it a lot worse, but it's just kind of I still kind of feel lost and like not sure where I want to end up. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go into the shade, I think I want to take Hippie. It's like this kind of grayish green shade. By the way, this is a dupe for, well, it's a color dupe for the Anastasia Subculture palette. My entire year of being 24, it's just been a really, honestly, it's been like a rough year for me. My whole life just completely changed this year. I don't think I've ever mentioned it actually, like on my channel, but I went through a breakup this year. I don't know, I don't like want to talk about it on camera, but it just changed my life going through that, and coming out of like a long-term relationship and turning 25 and just realizing that I kind of have to start over in a lot of areas of my life is, I don't know, I feel like it just took such a toll on just the way I view life. It was honestly really challenging. Like, this whole year has been really challenging, and it started off good. Like 24 started off really fun and exciting. I don't know, I just felt so confident turning 24. I just bought my place and I moved out for the first time. I changed jobs, and I don't know, just it was really exciting turning 24. I felt like a lot of good things were happening, and now turning 25, I feel like I'm just in a constant rut. I feel like I've been really down lately, and not all the time. I'm gonna go into the shade Rock and Roll. It's like this mauvey burgundy shade. Last year was all about moving out, and then this year it was all it should have been all about trying to figure out what I want to do, getting into a career that I want and a career path that I want. And I really like what I'm doing right now at my job. I really, really enjoy it. I'm at a nonprofit organization and I really, really like it. I need to still figure out if that's what I want to do for the rest of my life, if I should be maybe taking courses or going back to school, or I don't know. I just feel like I need to figure that out like now. I think there's like a dry patch on this eye and it's kind of making the shadows cling to it. I don't know what that is. I'm going to take the shade Nostalgia and put that on my lid. I don't know if any of you guys have kind of experienced the same thing, if you're at like the same kind of point in your life where it honestly starts to get serious. Just feel like you can't waste any more time. I am the most indecisive person and it honestly gives me so much anxiety. Even in standing in the line for Starbucks, I get so much anxiety because I have no idea what I'm going to order. It's like that kind of, even like the menus at restaurants, it's such a struggle. Honestly makes sense that I'm indecisive at this point in my life. I'm going to take the shade Psychedelic and put that in my inner corner. It's the duochrome purpley white shade. That's really purpley. I think I'm going to zoom you guys back out and do my face makeup now. Now that that primer has settled in, I'm going to use my Rimmel Conceal and Contour kit. I haven't really been wearing foundation lately because, I don't know, I've just been liking concealer only, pretty much. This is like the first time in my entire life that I'm not excited for my birthday. It's the first year that I just wish my birthday did not come around. I hate that my ear is still plugged. That is super irritating. I'm just hoping this is kind of just a slump in my life right now. Like I'm just in a rut, but I'm gonna get over it. And this upcoming year is going to be really great and really fun. Like that's what I'm really hoping for. I'm not trying to be like a Debbie Downer. I am trying to stay positive and confident that things will get better, but at the same time, I don't know, just some days you wake up and you just feel, I don't know, you just feel depressed or scared that things, like your life is just not going to get better. That's kind of what I'm going through right now. Like this whole year has been a whirlwind for me. I've learned a lot about myself this year. Like that's definitely something that has happened. I just used the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. But yeah, I know now that like for the last two years or so that I really haven't been happy, and I know that, but I think then this year it was kind of like, well, how can I change that? Like how can I, make things better? And that's what I'm still kind of figuring out. So I do feel like I've learned more about myself. I just have to kind of learn how to grow from these experiences and adapt to changes in my life that maybe I hadn't suspected or prepared for. But anyways, that's kind of going through my head right now. Let me know if you've experienced the same feeling. I know I can't be the only one who's sad about getting older and feeling like you haven't like fulfilled your potential, I guess. Let me know if you've experienced it and if you have any advice or anything to help me get through it. That would be really nice. But at the same time, I want to talk about the positive things about this past year. To set my face, I'm going to use the Milani Prep Set and Glow. Right after I turned 24, I bought my first place. My possession date was October 19th last year, and I moved in basically on the 1st of November. Like that was the first night I slept in this apartment. So this whole year has been crazy because I've had to learn how to live alone and all these responsibilities that I did not have before, because I've never actually lived alone. I've always lived at my parents', like throughout my entire 5 years of university. I lived at my parents' house. I was lucky in that sense because I didn't have to rent or move out. We were close enough that I could transit to university. Then last October when I moved out, it was a huge learning curve. Like I hadn't even done, like I had no idea how to cook, and now I feel like I've really learned and really developed some cooking skills. I actually love cooking. I feel like some of the happiest moments in my current life is when I'm cooking, and I really, really enjoy it, but I never had cooked. Like I had never cooked before I moved out last year, so it was crazy suddenly having to cook. It's just weird because I had always lived at my parents' house. They both worked at home, so I had never actually been home alone like very often. Plus I have 3 sisters and they all lived at home too until they started like moving out, but always had people in the house. And like the hardest thing, like there's good things and bad things about suddenly moving out, but for sure the hardest thing for me was adjusting to the quiet. It is so quiet in my apartment. By the way, I just applied the Wet n Wild Photofocus powder on the rest of my face, and now I'm going in with the Physicians Formula bronzer. I'm like super annoyed that I haven't hit pan on this. I swear I'm like so close to hitting pan, but it just doesn't go down. But yeah, the hardest part was probably the quiet, and just like, I don't know, you can get really lonely, and I feel like that is something that has happened this year, is I've just been really lonely. It's a weird feeling because it's like one thing to be lonely, but to have people like with you and living with you. But like when you're lonely and you're alone, like you're actually not just lonely, you're not just feeling lonely, you're actually alone. That is really tough. I found that was a really challenging part about living alone. Honestly, I could like do a whole video on like the ups and downs of living alone for the first time, but just to like say some just like brief points about it, definitely being alone was like the trickiest part. I find that when I'm home now, like at my apartment, I will constantly play YouTube. Like I'll constantly be playing YouTube videos just so I can hear voices like in the background. It's just so dead quiet here that it's crazy, and there's just something about listening to people talk, even if I'm not like fully paying attention, like if it's just playing in the background, there's just something comforting about that. And I had to keep myself motivated to do things when I get home from work. If I've already cooked so I don't have to cook anything, I'll just kind of like slug around and not do anything because I'm like home alone. No one's gonna get mad at me for like lying on the couch for like 2 hours and not doing anything. But yeah, it's just a weird feeling being alone for like the first time. When I go in with my blush, this is the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Rose Doro. This is like one of my favorite blushes for the fall because it's so rosy and warm and beautiful. It makes my cheeks look super healthy and glowy, and I'm not feeling healthy and glowy right now, so that's perfect. Another really tough part about living alone is you have to constantly take out the garbage, and that's something I never did before, and it's honestly my least favorite part about living alone, I think, is taking out the garbage. I always prolong it, and it's such a mistake. Like, don't prolong taking out your garbage. I'm going to just highlight with my finger. This is the Physicians Formula Mineral Glow Pearl in the shade Translucent. I still haven't washed my makeup brushes, so I have like nothing to apply my makeup with. So I think overall my life has just gone through a lot of changes this year, and I've had to adjust to a lot of different circumstances. It's just been a weird year. There was a lot of good parts about it as well, but like some days I'll just wake up and I'll just be super overwhelmed and tired of like my whole life and my routine and things like that. And it's just a weird feeling. I'm going to spray my face with this e.l.f. Hydrating Coconut Mist. Oh, of course it's all in my hair. I'm gonna wait for that to dry. I'm gonna move on to my lower lash line. Just gonna take the shade Pop again. I feel like this look is gonna be super grungy. It's not what I really was going for today, but that's what we're dealing with right now. Let me know if you guys would like a full video on my experience living alone. If you'd be interested in something like that. I've kind of like always wanted to do it, but I just never got around to it. And I think I was actually waiting for like the 1 year mark so that I could give you guys like a year of experience and what I've gone through. I want to take the shade Nostalgia. Let me know if you guys would want a video dedicated to that. Wow, I feel like I look like super gaunt now. I wish I had not gone in with such a dark color on the under eyes. Just reapplied some of that Nostalgia shade on my upper lash line. Also really badly need a haircut. I know I say that all the time, but I like always need a haircut. I'm kind of debating, well now that I'm turning 25, I'm kind of debating cutting my hair short. I always like figured when I get older and when I enter that like 30-year-old mark that I would cut my hair short and I'd have like a bob. So I kind of want to keep my hair long so that, I mean, it's pretty long right now. Like it goes quite down pretty far. I kind of want to keep my hair long just so I can have like long hair for as basically as long as possible. But I don't know, I feel like I need to do something like drastic with my hair. Like I just need like a change in my life. I've also never dyed my hair. I kind of want to dye my hair. I just can't afford it right now. I feel like that would be super drastic for me if I like dyed my hair or something. I'm just going to apply mascara to my upper lashes and then pop on some falsies, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I just applied the mascara to my upper lashes. I was using the Essence False Lashes Dramatic Volume Unlimited Mascara. And then I applied these falsies. These are the Kiss number 11 falsies. I heard about these through Juicy Jazz. She always recommends the Salon Perfect lashes, like the 614s, but we don't have them in Canada. Like, what else is new? So I picked up the 11s instead because she recommended those as like an alternative option. I think these ones are a little bit too long for me, like for like the width of my eye. I think I need to trim the edges a bit, but I really like the way they look. I find them super like fluttery and, I don't know, wispy. I like them better than, for sure better than the Ardell Demi Wispies. I'm just going to then apply my lipstick, and this is the Maybelline Powder Matte Lipstick in the shade Carnal Brown. I don't know what the word carnal means. It's a super dry lipstick. Like, it's not, doesn't feel dry, but it just like tugs a little bit at your lips. Like, the actual application is a little bit dry. I know that this lip color isn't for everyone. It's pretty intense, and it just made me look a little bit more dead than I already did. But I don't know, I really like it. I am definitely someone who likes to wear weird color lipsticks. I notice I don't wear them that much on camera, but I definitely wear weird colored lipsticks like this quite often. I mean, this is pretty intense. If you're not afraid of wearing kind of a gray toned lipstick, I am going to do a grayish lipstick video, by the way, like a favorite grayish lipstick video. I'm going to do that. If you're not intimidated by grayish, definitely try Carnal Brown. Really unique and fun, I think. That's pretty much the entire makeup look. Like I was saying, it's been a weird year for me. In a sense, like, I'm glad it's over, but I'm also kind of feel like I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time before I turned 25 to get things done. More time to get my life at the place where I want it to be at this time in my like journey, I guess. I do have a couple things I want to do when I do turn 25. Like, I don't know if I've told you guys before, I'm not like someone who travels very much. Like, I rarely travel. I don't go on any trips, like the occasional trip, but like, I've never traveled alone. I'm definitely more of like a home body. I basically am in my apartment all the time. I'm not someone who travels and is super adventurous in that sense. But when I turn 25, one of my things that I really want to do is go to Ireland and maybe Iceland as well. Like, I want to do a trip by myself there, or not by myself, I don't know, but I just want to do that trip. I just get super anxious about traveling and things like that, and like, I'll be really excited about going on a trip, or I'll be really excited about something, and then like last minute I'll be like, I really don't want to go. Like, I'd rather be at home right now. So I kind of want to get over that and just, you know, do something independent and adventurous for like once in my life. I also want to do a 1 second a day video for the entire year. So starting on my birthday, which is October 4th, by the way. It might be over by the time you guys watch this video, but on my birthday and every day following that for the entire year, I want to film like a little snap of every day. I think people do 1 second. I think it could be anywhere between 1 and 5 seconds. I actually have to get a camera to be able to do that. I kind of want to get a mirrorless camera. But yeah, I'm hoping that things will get better for me and that this has just been a weird year. If you guys have any advice for quarter life crisis, let me know, because I'm definitely in one. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was kind of nice talking again for like the first time. I have not filmed a Makeup Bugs and More in a really long time, so it was kind of nice getting back in front of the camera, just chatting with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you would like to see more videos, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!